Hello everybody, this is Lauren of Plan Mosh Plan. Welcome back to another plan with me. This week I am doing a memory plan with me for the week of January 24th in my Aura Estelle Cloud Planner in what color? I can't remember. I have all the information about my planner and inserts and all that linked down below, so you can find that all down there. I'm using this kit called Frost from Miss and Meow. It is so pretty, and I wanted to make sure I use this for the last week of January because it feels so quintessentially January to me. It's so frosty and icy and wintry. It's just a really gorgeous kit. I have been so enjoying her new kit format. I think this was the first time I used her new kit format, if I'm not mistaken. But I've been really enjoying it and really excited to mess around with it. So, yeah, I definitely wanted to fit this kit in. You can see here right now, I am starting on the bottom washi section. I did something a little bit different here because, she had two very patterned, strips of washi for the bottom washi section. And I actually prefer like one more floral or pattern strip and one simpler kind of strip. But obviously that wasn't what was in the kit. So what I did instead was kind of play around with some of the own washis that I have. This like snowflake hanging strip was actually from a freebie from her. It's super delicate, which she warns on the sheet. So you can see me here just like very delicately trying to remove it and work with it. It's a little tricky, but with some patience, it's definitely worth it. I think it looks so beautiful. And then I also took some snowflake divider washi strips, I don't know what you call them, from Sadie Stickers to put around the top and bottom of the strip of washi that I did use from the kit, just to make it look like a really kind of snowy icicle, like just set the tone, set the mood for the base of this kit. So you may notice, I don't know if you do, this plan with me is going a little bit slower. I am kind of now moving as we move my memory planning out of the month of January, we're moving back into my life being a little bit more interesting, me being able to leave the house, and kind of having plans that are more interesting to talk about. So, and I've gotten a feedback over the past, month or so that people want some slower videos. So I did slow the editing of this video down to be a little bit slower. So, let me know what you think about that. I also am thinking of doing a talk through plan with me soon, which I think is what people want when they say they want like slower videos with more explanations. If you have an opinion about that, I would love to hear down below what you're interested in. If you would like, videos like this one that are voiceovers that are like quick and sped up, or if they are voiceovers but they're still slowed down a bit but they're still pretty edited, or if you like that really long format where I just like sit and plan for like 2 hours and just show you every thought that I have and every decision that I'm making. I'm happy to do all of it. I just want to try and do what people are interested in, and of course balance it with what I have time for. So if you have an opinion, I would love to hear it. But for this video, it's going to be kind of a combination. So I do have some questions pulled up if I need to talk, because this wasn't like the most interesting week in my life, but it was. You'll see I finally was able to like leave the house after not being able, being in quarantine for a couple weeks. So I did have some more stuff going on here. Let's see, what am I doing up on the date covers here? So honestly, this is not, I feel like my best work as far as date covers go. I'm not like super obsessed with them, but I also don't dislike them. The florals in this kit were kind of tricky to work with, but still I think turned out well. I have a lot of stuff going on up there. I'll try and tell you what is from where. So all of the hanging, I almost did it again. I said this once in a video. I said hangling instead of hanging and dangling, but all of the hanging, dangling deco, the snowflake deco, is all from the Pretty Pink Co. She has quickly become one of my favorite shops to get seasonal like foil deco from. The price point on this stuff is really good with her being in Canada. The conversion is great. Her stuff is a great quality. She puts out a ton of it, and it's all on transparent matte paper, which is awesome. So I use a lot of that throughout the spread. It's kind of taking over from some shops that I used to shop from a lot that don't still have glossy paper instead of transparent matte. I feel like I'm really like honing in on Sadie stickers and the Pretty Pink Co. for a lot of my like foil add-on stuff, because they offer it on transparent matte paper, and they're just super consistent about coming out with really cool stuff seasonally. So there's that. I do have coupon codes for both of those shops and freebies, but genuinely, I also have them from other shops too. It's, I just, like, I'm saying that because I genuinely just really feel like those shops are the best for seasonal kind of like foil. If you're into that sort of thing, that's my recommendation. So there's that. There's also, what else did I pull in here? Oh, the little like, those little snowflake, I don't even know what to call them. They're like snowflake dividers that I'm kind of layering on top of and in between the floral arrangements that I'm pulling in from the kit are also from that same freebie from Miss and Meow that the like hanging bottom washi thing that I did is from. So I used a lot of that. And then the little dot dividers are from Sadie stickers. And I actually think those are available like in the shop at all times. Oh, let's see if I can find it. A lot of times when I'm doing a plan with me, a voiceover, I can like find stuff because it's right on top of my stickers. Yeah, because I just used it. They're the vertical moon dividers. Actually, this is a $2 Tuesday size sheet, so I don't know if she has those, but she has a ton. Okay, so that's it, I think, for the date covers. Moving on over to the month section over here, I just used a paint swatch from the kit, and then my scripts, you can almost always assume that they are from Paper Trail Plans. It's rare that I use a script that isn't from Paper Trail Plans, and then some more kind of hanging and dangling deco. The snowflake dividers that I'm using, like underneath the headers and underneath the, like on top of the box in the left-hand corner, those are from the Pretty Pink Co. She still has those available in her shop as well on like the sheets that are not the $2 Tuesday size. And I've bought multiple because they are my absolute favorite dividers to use during the winter time. Okay, I don't have a ton more to say about the base of the kit, so let me grab a question just to talk about until we get into the weekly. I think I left off the last time I answered some questions with a question. These are from my Instagram, by the way. I occasionally ask for questions to talk about in my Plan With Me's on my Instagram stories. This is another question from Lydia of Lydia Plans. She said, does anyone else in your family enjoy planning as much as you do? No, definitely not. There's a lot of people in my family, I've gotten them onto like the plum paper planners for the functional stuff. But I don't know anyone in person who anybody in person who like personally, does this kind of decorative planning stuff. That's just me. I have a friend who like followed my stuff for a while, and, I think she tried bullet journaling, but I don't know if she ever like, not for social media. She just like wanted to do it for herself. So I don't know if she ever stuck with that. I should ask her if she's still into that. Okay, there's that one question. And moving on now into the weekly. So I am doing the same trick that I did in a relatively recent Plan With Me. I'm taking a pregnancy test from one of Crafts by Towie samplers, and I'm cutting off the little happy face to mark that I got a COVID test back negative this day, because I feel like cutting off that happy sign makes it just look like a test. Like those are kind of what COVID test looks like. So that's my funny little trick, layering it with some florals and then some Sadie stickers, little streamers, just because that was the first time I tested negative after having it for a while. So that was a very exciting day. It meant that I could go out into public this day for the first time in a couple weeks, and I was just so overjoyed at the thought and possibility of leaving my house. I marked a town hall that we had for my company this day. I think this was one that was just kind of a hard one because we were talking about going back to the office, if I'm not mistaken. The clipboard is from the kit, as are the florals, and then the little bow that I put on the side of the clipboard is from Sadie Stickers. I did a little something here. I don't love it, but every once in a while, like when I have a bunch of to-dos on my planner, like this is something I struggle with. So when I do my planner stuff, like I don't have I know some people like separately record their memories in like a note page or a planner, like a journal or something, and then they put it into their memory planner afterwards. I just use my same planner for planning ahead, and then I take the things that I did and I put them into my this memory planner that you see here. So I struggle sometimes when I have a really long list of to-dos. Like let's say I did like 7 to-dos or something, or I did 3 to-dos or 4 to-dos, and then I maybe did like 1 or 2 other things that weren't to-dos, like a town hall or a meeting or something like that. I struggle with picking like which of those things from my to-do list I'm going to put into the planner, because they all are like of equal importance or equal like not importance, if that makes sense. So sometimes when I'm struggling with like, oh, do I want to put this call or this RSVP or this thing that I did, whatever, all those things that I put in that checklist there, I'll just decide to make my own little, like put them into a checklist of to-dos rather than just picking out a couple of them. I don't know if you follow me. But I don't like a lot of the checklists that come in kits. Some kits I do, but for the most part I don't. And I do like making my own ones. So I tried something here, cutting up a piece of lace and then putting snowflakes on top of it to make a little like DIY checklist. Not my best work, I don't think, but it's fine. So that's that. It looks a little silly, but oh well. I'm going to Trader Joe's this night, and I was just so excited. Like I said, I had not been out of my house in like 2 weeks, aside from a couple walks or whatever. And it was just so nice to go into public and knowing that I couldn't infect anybody or anything like that. So I marked that with, again, a icon from the kit. Her icons were such a pleasure to use. I had so much fun doing that since she recently had them redesigned and added to her kit. So great. Another bill from Sadie Stickers, and then I marked that we got DoorDash. We got takeout that night because I didn't end up going to Trader Joe's until late. I also kind of skipped through it really quickly, but on the bottom of every column, I like to line the bottoms of my columns. I had this thing like a while back where I was like, why is it that I put a header on every single column? And I always have to do that. I have to do some sort of like, this is the top of the column, whether it's a header that came with the kit or like a divider or something. I have to put a header at the top. And I was like, but I don't put one at the bottom. And then ever since I like had that realization, not putting one at the bottom always felt really unfinished to me. So now I almost always, oh sorry, I just hit my light. I almost always put one at the bottom. So for this week, and I switch it up, whatever it is, but for this week I did a Dash of Sun Designs dainty, not dainty, it's like a thick divider of just foil. And then I cut up some of the scallops from the headers of the kit and put that over top of the dividers on days that didn't have a full box at the bottom. And I think that looked really cute. Okay, moving on to Tuesday, I just took a white deer stationery icon to mark. You guys have been hearing about my battles with the ants in my garden for a long time. It will continue to continue. It's like an obsession of me trying to get rid of them. I did a lot of like work in the garden and in my house on this day, so I marked that with some gardening stuff. I also had 4 meetings this day, so I marked that with a quarter or a third box from the kit, some florals, and another white deer stationery icon. Her icons worked so well. The color palette went so perfectly with the color palette of the icons from the kit. It was like a dream. And then I marked that I made these really delicious black bean and sweet potato bowls. They were so good. I actually put them on my Instagram stories, and that's saved on my like cooking highlights on my Instagram profile if you're interested, but they were like just so good. And then I marked watching Succession here with a icon from Crafts by Towie. Down here, I did a little like floral and I don't know what that is called. The Gathered Layers from the Gathered Layers collection with Panda Bird Design and Gathered Plants. It's one of their the name is escaping me. One of the scallop shadow boxes, I think is the name. I actually filmed this portion of this video, I think before that collection, the second part of that collection came out. And what's funny is I had the shadow scallop, circle, why, too many words, I can't figure out what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm talking about. I had that like circle, already from the first collection, and I was like, I want to cut this in half and layer it behind the florals, so I did that. And then what's funny is they came out, like, I think they already had at this point, had already designed it for the second part of their collection, so now I can just use one from the collection instead of cutting it up myself. But I love it. I think it looks so great, and I will definitely, if they re-release that again, I hope that they re-release that particular shape, because I really, really like how that looks layered with florals. Okay, moving on to Wednesday, I had a meeting and I wasn't feeling great. I think at this point I was still just dealing with some fatigue and stuff, but I was fine. And then let's see, what else? There's a couple stickers I know that I missed from different shops. So let me know if you want to know where any of that stuff is from, and I can definitely point it out. I also tag all the shops that I use on Instagram, so you can always find that information there as well. Okay, so, oh yeah, so on this day, speaking of the Gathered Layers collection, we did an Instagram live with myself and, Rachel herself of Gathered Plans, Shay, I've done that before, Tay of Shantae Plans, and, Jess of Panda Bird Designs. Hold on, I gotta pause this. One sec. Okay, so sorry. My computer was gonna die and I could not find the charger, so sorry if you could hear me banging around there. But anyways, we did an IG live just going through the second part of the Gathered Layers collection, so that was really fun to do together. And then I also marked that I was up really late. I was up until 1 a.m. working on my objectives for work, which is silly, but I think there was a deadline or something. And you know, when you've got other deadlines, that's one of those things that kind of falls to the wayside, because I always talk to my husband about real deadlines and fake deadlines, and a lot of my job has real deadlines, and stuff like objectives are totally fake deadlines, so it is what it is. Okay, so this is the first half of the sheet. It's so pretty, it feels so wintry, and I just wanted to show you before we moved on to part 2. So, okay, moving on to Thursday. Thursday was a really great day. I am putting this box up here at the top, which, by the way, can we talk about how Regina of Miss and Meow, like, her kit format is great, of course, but one of the best things about her kits is genuinely the design that she puts into her full boxes. She does some of, maybe, I feel pretty confident in saying that she is at least top 3 for me of like full box designs for her kits. They are so good. She is so talented at that. And I tend to prioritize kit format over full box designs just because, yeah, I just do. But with her kits, I appreciate how great her full box design is. It's so cool. And when she like goes on to, sometimes she'll show on her Instagram stories the process of her designing them, and my mouth is just like jaw to the ground of the talent of how cool it is to watch that. So okay, anyways, enough gushing. I really like that door up on Thursday is the point of that. I put my favorite box, or one of the most impactful boxes, on Thursday at the top. That is something I learned from Kiara years and years ago and has just always stuck. So there's that. Okay, anyways, back to the day by day here. So Thursday was fun because I was on site at work. I work on different projects, and every once in a while I can go to one, go on site to a project nearby. So I wasn't in the office, but I was able to see a lot of my coworkers that live all over the country, and just, you know, be outside of working from home, but also not in the office this day. So that was a pleasure. I marked that I had one meeting that I took there, I think. I mean, I really had more than one meeting. I met with a lot of people there once I was there, but anyways, one official meeting, I grabbed Starbucks on my way over there, and then you can see I marked with the scallop circle in the car from White Deer Stationery that I was on site. I really love the pine branch that I pulled into that circle. I did the same on Tuesday with the scallop box there, and I am obsessed. I wish I had more of those. Those were from Bloom Paper Studio, and they were like just a couple stickers on a like winter kind of foliage foiled sheet, and I wish I had more because I just think they are such a good, like, that's a sticker with good flow, let me tell you. That's a great sticker and it's just looks really good in winter spreads. So anyways, okay, and then at the very bottom I marked Steven and I did our Christmas gifts this day. A little late, but that's okay. Our dating anniversary is January 30th and December 30th, and so we always combine like dating anniversary presents with Christmas presents, and we never like do them on Christmas. We always do them after Christmas because of that, and then it just kept getting pushed and pushed this year, so that's okay. But we had a really nice night just kind of sitting together and doing that. Okay, moving on to Friday. I did another little floral scene. I don't know what you call it, where I just like cut up half florals. I put a snowflake behind it. Those snowflakes that are that size that I used in this kit are all from Honey Inked. And then all of the like foliage that I used, the like winter foliage that is foiled that didn't come from the kit, that's all from Sadie Stickers. I marked that I had to call Abercrombie and Fitch this day. I placed a giant clothing order and I totally messed up where I sent it, so I spent a lot of time actually this week on the phone with Abercrombie and Fitch. They were super helpful, really great, but just a couple hours this week spent on the phone with them trying to sort some stuff out. Which is so funny, by the way. If you would have told me a few years ago that I would get so many of my clothes from Abercrombie and Fitch, I would have been like, what am I, like 13 years old again? Because it was so popular when I was like in middle school and early high school, and then it got really uncool, I felt like. And then now I like love Abercrombie and Fitch again as an adult. I just feel like their stuff is so good. Such good basics and just high quality. Anyways, okay. So moving on, I marked the cleaners at one typical Friday situation. I put it in a third box. A lot of the third boxes that I used throughout this week, I added a Sadie Stickers snowflake divider over top of them, in addition to like the florals and the icons and stuff that I was using. On Friday, I marked that I FaceTimed my sister this day, which was cute. I really love these like scallop mini midi, whatever you want to call them, petite. Everyone calls them something different. But I really love those from her kit. And then underneath that, while I'm doing my little cutting out the scallop edge from the divider, and then the Dash of Sun Design divider at the bottom there. But I marked that Steven and I got takeout on Friday. That's like a thing of mine on Fridays. If the cleaners come, I am not going to cook in my kitchen. We are either going out, which for the most part, I don't like to go out on Fridays. I'm like done from the week. So I really, really enjoy getting takeout on Fridays after the cleaners come. That's like my idea of happiness. Makes me feel a little old because that's like the best thing ever to me now, but it is. Okay, and then of course I'm just doing another little like floral scene down there with another Honey Ink snowflake and more foliage. I try and layer those foiled like florals and leaves and branches and all that kind of stuff behind the florals from the kits. When I do that, florals from kits, and then I add a little like snowflake clusters, or depends on the season, butterflies, leaves, flowers, whatever the season says. And then I used that little takeout container. I added the Honey Ink dots over top and a little snowflake from Sadie Stickers. I think that looks super cute. I love those takeout containers from White Deer Stationery. They definitely are supposed to be like Chinese takeout containers, but I tend to just use them like for any takeout. The place we got definitely wasn't Chinese food, but I just think they're so cute. So anyways. Okay, so moving on to Saturday. I marked that. I spent a lot of time working out in our garden again, just kind of prepping. We were still getting ready to plant vegetables and all that in our garden beds. So I used a watering can from White Deer Stationery over top a paint swatch from the kit and layered some florals behind it to mark that. Next here, I am marking that we did another Instagram live this day. I kind of spent a lot of time. This was like a big filming day, which was lovely. I just spent a lot of time like on myself or watching Instagram lives today while filming. So with Rachel and Tay, we did a 2021 planner wrap up tag, which was really great. Darcy I think her username is Darcy's01. She had sent all of us the suggestion that we do this tag that I think her name was like Planner Choi or Plan Choi or something like that. I'll see if I can find the post and tag it below. But she had created like a 2021 wrap up tag of just like all your like favorite spread, favorite spring spread, favorite this spread, favorite that spread. And then Rachel had kind of expanded on that and added her own ideas. And we just spent a couple hours like flipping through our 2021 planners and talking about the spreads and all this stuff. It was just nice to kind of like hang out and chat and talk about the work we had done over the year in our planners, and it was a good time. So we did that. And then after that was done, Cassie and Danny of Sweet Like Honey Plans and Danny with the Planny did a live together, and I think it was their first live together, one of them first live playing with me, something like that. I don't know, but they were lovely. They did such a good job, and I just kind of hung out and watched their live while I myself did some planning. So I marked all of that. And then that evening, we went out to a really, really nice dinner with my family. It was so fun. It was so nice to just like get out and be social and go out to a nice dinner and all of that. So I marked that with a offset some boxes from the kit, and then a martini glass or like a coupe glass from Crafts by Towie. And then we finished Succession this night, Stephen and I, when we got back. We had started that at the beginning of the pandemic, and we finally got through and finished it this evening. Okay, moving on to Sunday, I marked, this is kind of silly, but one of my favorite things in the world is if I sleep in on the weekends, which I rarely do. Normally I get up a lot earlier than Steven, but if I sleep in and we wake up at the same time, he'll make me coffee and bring it to me in bed, and it's literally my favorite thing ever. So I marked that happening on Sunday. I got the idea for putting that little swirl. It's a divider from, I think, Bloom Paper Studio. I put it like swirling out of the coffee cup. I got that idea from Cassie of Sweet Like Honey Plans, who I was actually talking about watching her live on Saturday. She's got a YouTube channel, by the way, and her videos are incredible. Definitely go check her out. But she had done I saw a picture on her Instagram where she had used a divider to mark like smoke coming out of a chimney, and I thought it was the cutest thing ever. And I oftentimes use like little dots to do steam coming out of like coffee cups or like icons in some way, and I was like, oh, the divider, like steam would be really cute coming out of the cup. So thanks, Cassie, for that idea. I stole that, and I thought it was adorable. I did a lot of errands this day, again, just being able to leave the house. So I marked getting coffee and gas. I had a mani-pedi appointment this afternoon, which was so nice and so needed. And then in the evening, I think this was like, listen, I do not do football. I do not care about football. In fact, I actively dislike watching sports on TV. But my family, has their own thoughts and opinions about sports. So my parents had people over to watch the Niners. I think it was like a semifinal game or so. I know nothing about sports, so don't ask me. I don't even care to be corrected if I'm wrong. It was like some game right before the Super Bowl. I think they lost, if I remember correctly, but I went over to my parents with some people on that day just to quote unquote, watch football, aka me eating snacks and chatting with people while some people watch football. So there's that. That was my week. Again, I'm showing you some leftover stickers here. I'm going to put them all into my leftover sticker kit, and then there will be a giveaway once that sticker kit is filled up of all of that. So that's where all those go. Because her kits don't have any add-ons besides the like florals, which honestly a lot of the shops that I use, that's not the case. Like a lot of my favorite kit shops, like Two Little Bees and Sadie stickers, etc. Like a lot of those shops, you can buy a ton of different add-ons, and I always do. So I had very few for me stickers left over. So this part was quicker than it normally is, putting all the leftovers away. But yeah, that's the entire spread. I really hope you enjoyed it. Again, leave me some feedback down below about how you'd like to see the plan with me's that are upcoming, if you want them to be slow or quick or talk through or voiceover, what you want me to talk about, all of that. I'd love to hear it. All the shops will be tagged on my Instagram. I have coupon codes for pretty much everybody I talked about. You can find those all down below in my description, as well as freebies, links to all those shops, etc. Packed full of info down there. But other than that, I really hope you're staying safe and well. I so appreciate you if you're still watching, and that's all. Bye.